Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm taking a break for the holiday, but I still wanted to post a video. So after you finish eating turkey or watching a football game in a comatose, you can watch this. I did a spreadsheet tutorial a few episodes ago, but that was quite long. So what I've done is shorten that tutorial video quite significantly and included the parts that you need to create a spreadsheet of your own. And it's all using free software. So enjoy this tutorial and please have a happy Thanksgiving. So there are a few things that you're gonna need. Get an idea of what collection you wanna do. If you wanna do the first 12 from Star Wars, then I want you to go to a reference site that has really great pictures and grab every figure that you're gonna want to put in your collection. Just reference photos, because you will need those to put photos inside this spreadsheet. The second thing you're gonna need is access to Google. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I know you have a Google account, so use your Google account. I prefer that you guys use Chrome, but you can use Safari, you can use Firefox, you can use almost any web browser, but you'll need to access the Google site. And third, what you're gonna need is just a clear idea of what you want to collect. All right, so by the end of this episode, you're gonna have made this all by yourself. But what you do need is a checklist of how you want to form your collection. So if it's the first 12, then make a first 12. If you're collecting He-Man, then just get a reference photo of what He-Man collection you want to create. And then what you're gonna need is the reference photos. And you see here that we have all 21 from A New Hope. You can go to whatever reference site you like and just screen grab those photos. So let's just go ahead and go to google.com. And then you don't need to type in anything because you see the checkerboard right here, Google Apps. All you're gonna do is you're gonna go down to Slides. That's the program that we're gonna be using. And yeah, we're gonna be sadly starting from a blank screen. So let's go ahead and click blank screen. And this looks fairly complicated, okay? So right here, just get rid of the themes right here. That way you have a nice clean sheet. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing our title list. This is our title slide. So I'm gonna call this Collect All 96. And down here, I'll just put I'm a slow typer. Star Wars 1977 to 1985. And I do wanna change the background. So let's just change the background right here to change background, and let's change the color to a nice Star Wars yellow. There we go, collect all 96. Now what I like to do here is I want to add a page and I want to add my reference photo. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to add a new slide, but I just want to add a blank slide. So there's a plus slide right here that says new slide, Control M, but there's also this drop down menu. I want you to hit that because then it gives you a choice and you can actually click a blank slide. That's a lot better because then all that mumbo jumbo text doesn't show up. So what I want you to do is I want you to go and I want you to grab your reference background and you're just gonna grab this and you're gonna slide it. So you're gonna slide it and you're just gonna drop it right into your screen. You can center it. You can see the grid lines just make it center for you. And then let's just change the background to be nice and a dark color. So that way this just pops. And we're gonna use that as our reference photo. So once you have that reference photo up, now let's just begin our collection. So we're gonna add another screen. Just go to your blank screen, add that. And now what we want to do is just make it to a nice dark background because we want these figures to just pop. And let's go ahead and add our first logo. So again, just go to your reference and whatever line you're collecting, He-Man, whatever, and just grab your logo. In our case, it's going to be the A New Hope logo, and we're just going to drop that right in. And that's pretty much our divider sections. So we know at a glance what movie line we're working on, and we know that this is probably going to be starting on the first 12. So let's go down here, and you can just add another blank page. And now we can add our black background again because we want these icons, these squares to just pop. All right, so now here's where it gets different, okay? What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making 9 squares. And this is gonna be easy because all we're gonna be doing is just duplicating the squares. So I want you to go to Insert, and I want you to go to Insert Shape. And we're gonna just do a nice square. I mean, you can see all the different shapes that you can put in here. So really, it's whatever you want. But for this one, we're gonna do some nice square shapes. And you see that the cursor changed. It's now this plus sign. You're just gonna drag it to whatever size you want. And let's just make it this size. And what we're gonna be doing is, let's change this to a nice Star Wars yellow. So we're gonna go to here to fill color. We'll just make that the Star Wars yellow that we've been using. So let's just go ahead and we'll put our check mark square on there. So the same thing, I want you to go to Insert, Shape, create your shape. Let's use a nice square, and then we'll just drag a square in there. It doesn't have to be that big. I think I'm going overboard on the squares. So let's just make our square about that size. And then we'll make some room for text that goes above and below. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using our reference sheet. Here's the way that I did this layout. You can see that when I did my reference, my Star Wars photos, I numbered these already. So A New Hope is 1, Empire Strikes Back is 2. I also numbered the photos. So I know what order I want to put them in. So Luke is 1, R2-D2 is 2, 3, 4, and you can put them in whatever order you want. This just makes it easier for you. That way you don't have to look at a reference sheet constantly. You can just come over here, look at a number, and put it inside your spreadsheet. Let's show you how to drag it in. So I'll just put this right here on the side. That way you can see it. And I'm just gonna drag Luke right in. So you can see how I drag Luke right in. And I'm gonna resize Luke to fit inside that window. There you go, he fits right in. So next, we're gonna be making a text box because we have to name this Luke Skywalker, and I like to put the year of 1977. We don't have to on this one, but I do kind of like putting the years. So you wanna make the text box nice and big. And this is why, because you're going to want to put notes in there. So let's just say Luke Skywalker. So you can center it. So to move these text boxes, you see how the mouse changes right here? It's a regular pointer mouse, but as it gets up here, it turns into this square. You can move the text box just by going to the outer edge. It changes. Now it goes back to that cross square. Changes, now it goes back to the cross square. That's how you move the text box, okay? You have enough room up here, and you can always move the text box up. That's why I made enough room for you. 1977, you got them on eBay, and John Smith was the guy who sold it to you, and he's doing FedEx. I don't know why he's doing FedEx, but he's doing FedEx, and the tracking number that's the tracking number, okay? It's a long tracking number. And right here, what you're going to be adding is another text box, and this is your price. So you got them for, let's just say, $70. Let's add a bigger text box for you. So you got them for $70, but for right here, what I'm going to do for you is just put 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how much this is costing you, okay? So we'll do a nice text box right here for how much it's costing you. Let's try to center that up. I like things to be like nice and designed. Well, we'll put it right there. So that way the text boxes don't interfere with each other. And then when you have the figure in there, all you have to do is go up here to the fill color, and I like to put it in green. That way I know that I own the figure. Let's put this back to white. Now we have a base where we can base all of our squares on. That's why I wanted to make this one first, so that way I can show you that you don't have to make every square from scratch. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go and we're gonna copy this, and like I said, you can go to Edit, Duplicate. You can also hit Command D, but I like to use shortcuts. So Command D, and it's Option D on a Windows device, I believe. So we're just going to square these up, make it look nice and pretty. Command D again. Oop, wasn't that? All right, there we go. So then we take all these three, and I'll do it here this time. Duplicate, and you just drag it over, and these things just snap to a grid. So there you go. Boom, they snap. I like to number these. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to just put a number box right here. And let's just put number 1. And you see how it's black text? You can't see it, so we have to change that. Okay, we're going to change the text color because you can't see it. So because my screen is so big, because I want to show you everything, you see these 3 dots up here? If you're using a regular size monitor, you're probably going to be able to see more options up here. But because mine is enlarged, so that way you guys can see things, there's this More tab right here, these 3 dots with More, and that takes you to some more options. So what we're going to do is change the text color. I wanted to make it a Star Wars yellow, but I think a white would pop better, so we're going to make it white. Okay, so there's your 1. And let's change this to be a little bit more closer. Let's put it right there. And then let's just duplicate these. All right, so this is a cool part of this, and this is why I wanted you to number your figures. It makes it a lot easier, trust me. So again, we have to go to the More, and you see automatically you say Replace Image. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to Replace Image, Upload to Computer, and your nice and neat photos are going to be there already waiting for you. So number 2 is R2-D2. So we just put him in there. Oh yeah, he's replaced. And then all you got to do is put his name in there, and there you go. Perfect. So number 3 on that list, let's go ahead over here again and replace the image. Number 3 on the list is Ben, and this is how it's going to be, guys. It's just rinse and repeat, guys. So like I said, whatever collecting line that you want to do, we're at the end of a page, so this is how you make another one. You see how you can highlight all these pages right here? Well, that's what you're going to do to make another page. So what you're going to do is just highlight this, and it's the same thing. Go to Edit, Duplicate. You can click this, or you can click Command D or Option D. So duplicate, and boom. So there's one more thing that I want to do, and I want to show you guys how to export this beautiful spreadsheet, okay? So once you've made your spreadsheet, you can go to File, and you can go to Download, and we're going to just make some copies for you guys, okay? So this will be available in Microsoft PowerPoint. So it's going to download in a Microsoft PowerPoint. We're going to do a download, and we're going to do a PDF document. But really, I hope you guys followed along using Google Slides. It's a free software. You guys can manipulate this program however you want. You can use it for whatever collection you want. So if you found this video interesting, please hit that like button. It does support the channel. And if you need any items that'll help you out in your collecting journey, please click and buy using the links down there in that description. And when you buy from those links, it does support the channel, so thank you for that. And please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can follow the journey. And as always, my friends, thank you, and I'll see you next time.
If you're new to the channel, check out the welcome video, or just check out the next episode. And please subscribe if you want to follow the journey. And remember, there is no shame in being a Padawan.